Okay, here's a picture that I don't think is at all interesting. I'm interested in your reaction. The Changeling is one of those haunted house pictures in the order of the Amityville Horror, but the biggest surprise in the picture is not what jumps out at us, but who's starring in the film. Would you believe George C. Scott? Now, what's he doing in a picture like this? Scott plays a widower who moves into an old Seattle mansion that hasn't been lived in for years. Soon he hears wild, alarming noises. Does he move out? No way. And the dumbness accelerates when Scott discovers that the house holds the secret of the murder of a young boy. One clue is some words that a psychic has written on a piece of paper, and real estate agent Trish Vanderveer, in tears because she knows of the boy's murder, she helps Scott unlock the puzzle.
Shouldn't have called you, it's just that I needed something.
I know.
I wrote some words on the paper. I wrote Sacred Heart.
There used to be a county orphanage named Sacred Heart. It was closed down years ago.
Orphanage? That child, Joseph Carmichael. He was murdered in this house in the attic. And buried. And then an orphan.
Stop it, John, just for 1 minute, please.
Oh my, they just saw the dead boy's wheelchair. Very dumb acting there, so stiff, so forced. We can't believe that George C. Scott would act so stupidly as he does in this picture, and in rejecting him and his character, we reject the entire movie. The Changeling is the waste of a very good actor.
You know, Gene, I agree with you on this one, you're right, and also about George C. Scott. I want to try something out on you. It seems to me that in a sense the problem with Scott's performance in this film is that it's too good. It's too subtle, it's too psychologically sound, it's too rational and laid back. And in a sense, in a haunted house movie like this, we actually need someone who will just wade in there and be more melodramatic and more hammy somehow to milk this material.
The other thing that we need is a very clear delineation of good and evil. And we don't know how to relate to the monster in this picture, the boy in this case, because on one hand we feel sympathy, he's a dead little boy, he didn't do anything wrong. On the other hand, his ghost is doing something wrong, he's throwing all sorts of junk at George C. Scott, who's a perfectly good guy. So you don't know how to relate to the monster, and you wind up with a very confused picture of what should be a real slam-bang, jump-at-him, scary.
Maybe the basic thing that's the basic problem of the film is that it's too ambitious for its own good. And we both voted no on The Changeling, the new horror film starring George C. Scott that just wasn't very scary.